What's up everyone, theBolderBoulder here. Today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new pair of MOCs of mine. Their names are Shiva and Rahn. Two insectoid beings. Where they're from, I couldn't really tell you. But what I do know about them, this is the older sister and the, of course, younger brother here. Shiva, right here, she, as you can see by her massive wings, is able to fly, although for only short periods of time, and able to glide very well. Whereas Rahn here, he's better equipped for the ground, I would say. He's able to glide pretty decently, but much quicker on his feet. But they are both very agile, and together as a team, although they have their sibling quarrels, together they're extremely formidable foes. So definitely not someone you would want to mess around with. So we'll start off by going over Shiva, and then we'll move over to Rahn. First off, we'll take a look at the legs here. Mostly black here, but with some silver accents here on the back, and got some blue on the lower portion of the legs on the back. And on both of them they have these spikes coming down off of their abdomen. So I like how this design kind of came together. Alright, so we'll go ahead and move on up to the torso. And admittedly, I did not completely design this torso myself. The skeleton under there was designed by someone else on the internet. I actually can't really remember who it was exactly, but just letting you know, I did not completely do it all myself. But the torso was made for a bipedal character, whereas this is, well, obviously, an insectoid. So on the chest, just got this G2 Bionicle piece here. And I just kept the hands nice and simple with only 3 fingers, 2 small prongs and a larger, I guess, fingernail, I guess you could call those, really. And then big gunmetal shoulder pads. I also have gunmetal on the lower legs down here. And if you notice, even up here on her head, I kind of gave her a ponytail with that rubber band around the top. As for her arms, they're just 2 bones attached to the hand. And then the wings back here, it's kind of hard to tell, but they're actually 3 bones right here, 1 attached to the torso, another blue one coming off, a small one pointing upwards to hold the shoulder pads, and then at the very tip to attach to her wings with some more kind of spiky elements I threw in there. Kind of a look at the upper back right here. I kind of wanted an excuse to use some of those Hero Factory little jumper character pieces from Invasion from Below, so I put that on there. And then some of these G1 wing parts originally from Kopaka. And she has blue eyes and the silver skull spider mask. Now you'll notice a few key design parts that carry over from Shiva to Rahn, you know, just to kind of show that they're related and from the same species and all that. But they're going to be slightly different, such as on the shoulders and her hands, the bit down here on the waist, things like that. So without further ado, we'll move on to her brother. And his color scheme consists of black, gray, gunmetal, silver, all that good stuff, as well as the neon orange. So we'll take a look at his legs as well. The design for the end of his legs is the same as Shiva's, just different colors. Though the upper leg portions are different, with the larger piece being in the front. Got a black plate here, the orange leg being in the front as opposed to the back, and then the colored plate here on the back. A little bit of silver accenting right there, and the spikes on his abdomen as well. And the back legs are slightly different from Shiva's. As for his torso, also has this piece right here on his chest, and a small curved part right here on his waist. And the shoulder pads have two of the spiky parts on there, whereas Shiva's had a smooth one and a spiked part on the back. The arms are also the same construction. The hands, on the other hand, are ever so slightly different, because he just has the black fingertips, and he has two large spiked fingers with only a small spike there. And as for his wings, got a large black part here, a few pieces up here, the little silver spike, some more spikes here. This piece right here, I've really been wanting an excuse to actually use it, and now I finally have one, so I'm really glad to get that on a MOC, because there's a lot of times where I just find a new piece that I really like, and I'm like, okay, how shall I include this in a MOC somehow? And it's usually several months later, then I figure out a use for it. So I'm pretty happy with that. The back of his torso, pretty similar, also using those little jumper pieces. And then the head, also just a silver skull spider head, but it's cool, gets the job done. So I think that pretty much covers it. So there we go. Thus concludes my review. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a great day. Take care.